As many of you people know, I'm a big video game enjoyer, and I thought I would share 10 of my favorite video game moments in storyline-based video games that I've played. They're in no shape or form in any specific order. It's just like moments in games I really enjoyed. The Halo 3 ending. Now, it's a little bit of an older game. Some people don't remember it. Many people probably hasn't. If you're like pretty young, you've probably never heard of it. At the end of the Halo 3 game's amazing. It's this, you're up on the ring and it's like exploding, and you're in this car, and like the ground is erupting underneath you, so you're in this stressful situation where you don't want to crash, and the ground is collapsing, and it's like a bit of a race against time, but there's also like tons of enemies shooting at you. And the music, of course, like the classic Halo 3 music going do 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 do. It's like it always gets you. It gets you in the feels. It's so well done for being such an old game. It's freaking amazing. Coming down at number 2, the Dark Souls 3 Gale fight. Now, when it comes to Souls games, I know the story is a little bit, it's a little bit weird, but I like the cinematic where when you enter the Gale arena, how you get kind of transported to the future at the end of time, and there's nothing there, and it's like you're in this vast wasteland with Gale killing like the last creature in existence, and then you have this epic like Dragon Ball medieval slash fight. The weather changes and he does these crazy backflips, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. My number 3 is gonna be a little bit of a fossil, Some of you might be like, what game is this? It's Knights of the Old Republic, the Star Wars game, the very, very, very old one, the first one. The reveal when you are on the ship, and like the evil guy, he kind of reveals like that you were the real evil guy all alone, you just lost your memories. Now, that plot twist, that was like the first video game plot twist I ever experienced, and I remember it being such a cool thing. I was like, what? No way. I was a little kid back then. I was like, what? No way. Is that I'm the bad guy? It's such a memorable moment to me. And it's an amazing, I would say the Knights of the Old Republic 1, the story in that game is like probably my favorite in all of story-based games ever. Coming up at number 4, I really like the Spider-Man 4, and the what's it called? The PS4 Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man 4 game, the ending. It was like one of the few games where I tear up because it was so sad. But when Spider-Man fights the octopus guy, and like it's just so sad, it's like it's raining, they're both giving it all, and they were such friends, and it's just a sad moment. It's just a sad moment, but it's like kind of like beautiful in its own way. Coming up at number 5, another Souls-like game, Bloodborne. When you enter the arena and you fight Ludwig, I don't know why, but that's like my favorite designed monster in all of like all of fictional monsters. You have like xenomorphs from Aliens. You have like you have Godzilla, all monsters. I think Ludwig in Bloodborne is the best designed one. He's like this weird ass mixture of like a man, a horse, and like I think it's like a pig too. I don't know. It's so very unsettling, and the atmosphere and everything is just so well made. For those of you probably noticed I like Souls games. So our number 6 one is the Sekiro Guardian Ape. The first time you fight the ape. Now it's such a funny move from the developers, because every time you kill something, like you kill a enemy boss in the game, they give you like the "you won" screen, you know, and you're like, yes. And in this fight, when you cut the head of the ape, it pops up like "you won," and the ape like dies. However, the ape a few seconds later comes back alive, and he's still he's like even harder to fight, so you have to kill him twice. And usually the first time people play the game, the first attempt like gets people, it like exhausts all their resources. And so when the ape stands up, they're like, oh come on, you know. it's such a funny moment. It's also very coolly made in the game. Now, we've had some fossil takes in this list. However, this one is probably the oldest one. The PlayStation 1 Amazing Spider-Man, the PS1 edition, the last fight. Most of you weren't even born when that came out, but in the ending you fight Carnage and Octopus from the Spider-Man series, and you beat them both up, but the symbiote from Carnage merges into the Octopus guy, and he becomes this unstoppable, unbeatable monster, and the whole place is also like starting to explode, so you're in this race to try to escape from him. If he catches up to you, then it's a game over and you die. It's still to this day, with the sound effects and everything, it's still like both unsettling and freaky, but also like stress inducing like nothing ever before, and it's incredibly well made. And number 8, we have V Rising, the last boss before the DLC. So they had this very cool big chapel. Now I'm a big fan of paladins and like holy knights and warriors, so of course I was a big fan of like the big chapel fight with the last original boss of V Rising, which was this big guy, and he just, from all the fights in the game, that one really puts you, like, it really challenges you. It's a very hard fight to deal with. And then his assistant comes in and you have to beat the assistant, and it's just such a mesmerizingly cool, unique fight to me. I really like the V Rising Angel boss. Now coming up at number 9 is the Crysis 3 ending. Now, I used to really like Crysis, I still do. Crysis is a great franchise. I think if any like shooter franchise would be a great movie, I think the Crysis one would be like a great action movie. But yeah, the ending of Crysis 3, when you're like in space and he's like he defeats the big ass alien thingy, I don't know, it's so cinematic and so well made, and it's such a memorable moment as well. It's very epic. It's definitely in my list. And number 10, the best video game moment ever is 3D Mark. 3D Mark 3D Mark from Steam. And nothing's better than having a stress test done and there's nothing wrong with your PC. No, all jokes aside, the real number 10 one is the Darth Vader scenes from the latest Star Wars games. Now they've made it so well. He comes in as a boss that's like, he comes in as this unbeatable boss in every single scene, and they've really captured the essence of Darth Vader. So yeah, those are my favorite top 10 parts in video games. No specific order. Let me know what you guys and girls think about my picks. Let me know your favorite picks from video game moments, your favorite memorable moments, and see you all in the next one.
Bruh.